Texas.
I'm going home to see.
Though other men have held her,
Her heart belongs to me. I've traveled down some dusty roads. I've slept out in the rain.
but this yellow rose is always here when you come home again.
She knows I've done some hard times.
You stumbled and you fell. I just kept your pride from dying.
You saved my soul from hell.
She's a diamond of the desert. She's a golden flower of spring.
She's a yellow rose of Texas. She can make a man a king. Yes, the yellow rose of Texas can make a man a king.
Doing fine. Just keeping her for observation. She'll be out tomorrow?
Good.
I hear we're doing all right around here, too. Thanks to you.
More than one drover out here, Roy.
No, I'm talking about that tunnel. Stroke of genius.
More like blind luck.
Well, whatever. Saved us a lot of time. A lot of tonnage on the hoof. So what do you think, Chance? You gonna stick around here when this is all over?
Like we said going in, Roy. One step at a time.
I think we ought to talk to the family.
Wasn't our deal.
They have a right to know who it was led them through that pass.
Cleaner this way, in case it doesn't work out between us.
Not real optimistic, are you?
Just realistic. A couple of hard cases like us can always make it the altar. Real long odds on staying hits, though.
Well, I'll tell you, I'd like to see it work. Just to spite the old man.
Give us the last laugh, huh?
Make Colleen happy, too.
Colleen. That's where the ice gets real thin for us, doesn't it, Roy?
I'll tell you something, Chance. Sometimes I think I can actually change the way I look at things. Lord knows you can't change the way a woman looks at things. The truth of the matter is that Colleen just looks at me different than she looks at you.
How you feel about that concerns me.
And I just feel like I want to be good to myself for a change.
I'd say you'd earned it.
We'll have we get this herd to Uvalde. Ah! Come on, cattle.
You ain't changed at all. I bet you're twice as ornery as ever.
Lose the Dillard. Ain't you a picture of the past? And he's still, by golly, you're hanging around with the wrong kind of people, isn't it?
Lord, don't I know it.
How long has it been? 2 or 3 years now?
Well, ever since the big rodeo down San Angelo way.
Well, it's sure good to look at you. What are you two boys doing around here?
Well, we're running some cattle down to Uvalde, about 3,000 head, and we were hoping we could push it through your spread here.
Trailing them? 3,000 head? Well, why'd you do that?
No trucks.
No trucks? Well, how come?
Why, that's a long story. Point is, we decided to push them ourselves.
A real trail drive. Wouldn't old Wade get a boot out of that?
One thing, Jeb Hollister might not like us traipsing through here, and he might bring some pressure to bear, just so you know is all.
You know, it's a damn shame about the bad blood between the champions and the Hollisters. If old Wade and Rose stayed together way back then, there'd be no feud today.
Well, listen, Clem, we really appreciate it. Like I said, it'll be over before you know it. We'll be heading back to spread the word.
Thank you, Clem. We'll see you.
Glad to oblige you, Luther. You come and see us, Missus will have some biscuits for you.
We'll do it.
Old Wade and Rose had stayed together?
How's that?
Talk at me, Luther.
Talk at you about what?
Who's Rose?
Well, Rose was an old-time friend of Wade's.
What was she to Hollister?
His sister.
Are you telling me that my old man and Jeb Hollister's sister had a thing together?
Well, in them days, we called them a romance.
But just how far did this romance go?
Well, it went considerable beyond the hand-holding stage. That I can testify to.
How far?
Well, they was talking about getting married.
Well, why didn't they?
Well, how do I know, Keisto? How do I know? They just up and quit seeing each other.
Just like that?
Well, just like that. She wrapped up her stuff and left. There's some folks around say she went east or someplace.
Well, why would she wrap up and go east? To have a child. A son. It was a son.
Keisto.
It was a son.
Keisto, I ain't telling you no more. No, sir, no more. But I will say you are the shysteriest lawyer that a fella ever run into on a long trail on a tall horse.
Not too bad for an old girl.
How would you know?
About riding or about girls.
Either one.
Well, I've been schooled by some of the best in both areas.
I'd say there's some truth in that. Lately.
Say, what happened to you people anyway? We were all up there at the pass waiting. Took us all morning to catch you. Took a shortcut.
How'd you get the cattle through that tunnel?
On horseback.
No, seriously, you gotta run it down for us. That's great material.
Storytelling for the campfire, lady. Daylight for working.
Well, we ought to be able to deliver them on time now.
If it wasn't for Hollister.
Expecting more out of him?
That man doesn't quit.
You'd ask me to take back my given word?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying you're entitled to change your mind. Man is when he gets hold of new information that affects his decision.
What kind of information?
How much you owe the bank on your place here?
I don't know. Quite a bit, the way things are.
Well, it says on this note here, $95,000 plus interest.
Well, I guess that's right, I reckon. But why?
Because I own this note now. I bought it from the bank. And it says here, payment is due on demand. I'll say, just for the sake of argument, that as the legal owner of this paper, I was to call that dead in. There's no way you could pay it, Clem. Is there? Of course, I'm not going to do it. Be no reason to. The only thing is, well, I need your understanding. I need your help. I don't want that yellow rose herd crossing your land, Clem. Have I made myself perfectly clear? You're a good man, Clem. I was sure we'd understand each other. Men with a common interest have to stand together for what's important.
I can't believe your father really knew about us being there.
You're very generous. I wish I could be as sure.
How you mean?
My father, Roy, the way they feel about each other. It's got me doubting a man I believed in all my life.
One thing you can be sure of. We'll never lie to you.
My father is?
I can't know that. I do know that your father's never let up on the Rose. And I know that Roy thinks he's fighting for his life right now.
So it's true? The cattle drive, it really is that critical?
If he doesn't get those steers to the market on time, he can lose his contract. If he loses his contract, he can't cover his loans.
And my father knows that.
Not much about the Rose your father doesn't know.
Coryell. Hey, Coryell.
What?
You ain't never gonna believe what's going on.
Well, don't tell me.
Old Clemmy done spilled his mouth about Rose Hollister and Wade. Now he's all over me like stink on a skunk.
Who is?
Well, Gisto, that's who. Who do you think?
Well, it could have been the whole team in the way you told it.
No, you ain't getting the picture at all. He's trying to find out if them two ever had a kid.
You didn't tell him, did you?
No, I didn't have to. He conjured it up all by himself. He even gave him a name. Chance. Now, don't take too much imagination to figure out where a fellow might go with a notion like that.
Coryell's got the chuck on.
Suspect that's a meal I can afford to miss.
Same thought occurred to me. That's a straight shot to Uvalde now.
You gonna get you off the hook?
Back in the black. For a minute, at least. I don't know there's much future in running a ranch like we've been running the Rose all these years, though.
Sorry to hear you say that.
Where about you headed after Uvalde?
Never gave it much thought.
You're just a cowboy, huh?
That's it. Good horse, good saddle, good work.
Good women.
Thought this was going too easy.
I tell you, Colleen is a hell of a woman. She's got a mind of her own. But that lady has a heart as big as a harvest moon. She'd make some man a good catch.
Good catch, huh? Houston, you're talking to a first-rate fly fisherman here.
Only fair to warn you.
Nothing ever bites when the sun's this high.
Miss Colleen, I'm sorry you had to be the one to see this. I'm ashamed.
What is it, Mr. Goodall? Who are these men?
Well, Jeb Hollister has me between a rock and a hard place. I'm sorry, but I can't let your herd cross my land. He bought up all my paper. And if I let you cross, I'll lose my place.
If you don't, we lose ours. So this is how Jeb Hollister works. Sends out a hit squad to intimidate a decent, defenseless old man. Would you use that gun? Have you got the guts to pull the trigger on an unarmed woman? I feel for you, Mr. Goodall.
I broke my promise to you. Have you got it in your heart to forgive me?
Don't worry about that. Jeb Hollister's not worth what sticks to the bottom of your boots.
What you're telling me is you got no family plans, is that right?
No plans at all.
What about your folks? Mom alive?
Don't know.
Daddy cowboy?
So I heard.
Well, judging by you, he's a good one.
I'd like to think we weren't too much alike in any way.
You bitter.
I wish I weren't. Some things just go down hard.
Yeah, well, I tasted some of that wine myself, so does Roy. Guess being Wade Champion's son wasn't always what other people thought it was. Roy, he never did get a word of praise from the old man that I remember. I figure that's what's been driving him all these years. Still does. Looking for that recognition he wanted so bad for trying so hard to please him.
What about you?
What about me? Me? Thought I never did nothing wrong the way the old man jammed me down everybody's throat. Sometimes I used to think it'd been better if he'd left me down in Mexico. I'm beginning to understand why he didn't.
Why is that?
I used to think it was because he wanted to do what was right. But I'm thinking now it was more like he wanted to make up for something he did wrong. Think that's possible?
I wouldn't know.
I think you would. Even better than me.
You and Roy been talking, have you?
About you? Nah, no need. Cut that brush off your upper lip, and it's scary how much you look like the old stud.
Well, where do we go from here, Keisto?
Run-O's?
Yep. Knows I'm gone if it looks like we can't work together, too.
You do know you have a legal share to the rose. You got equal cut, equal say. It's yours to claim.
You said it yourself, Keisto. Just a cowboy. All I know, all I want to know.
Well, you know this, too. I'm glad I met you. And whatever happens from here on in, I'm glad that we trailed this herd together, my brother.
Me too.
Dr. Ward, 561 West, please. Dr. Ward, go 561 West.
Those tests, the explosions you set off, were they on a timetable? Did they have to be triggered at some exact moment?
They can be set off whenever the sensors are set up to receive and graph the echoes.
Then you didn't have to set them off exactly when you did.
There's a certain way things are done around here, miss, and we stick to it.
You saying Dad makes the decisions? You just implement them?
I'm not saying anything, miss, except that we work for your father.
And did my father know that herd of cattle was beneath the ridge when he ordered the charges set off?
Your father was in San Antonio when it happened, Miss Hollister.
But surely you got word to him.
I tried.
Then he did know.
I can't answer that, miss.
Can't or won't?
I'm beginning to think I've said enough about it, miss. Anything else you want to know? You better ask your daddy.
Hello, Dad.
Well, well, my little girl. Did you come out here to see me, or is this just a happy coincidence?
I came to see you. I figured you might come home since I couldn't find you anywhere else.
Well, not the places you've been looking lately, I wouldn't be. Here, come, take my arm. Let's you and me go for a little walk, huh?
You're angry with me
Angry? No. Disappointed, I think, is a better word.
because I went out on the trail drive.
Why did you do that, Juliet?
I run a newspaper. An old-fashioned trail drive is news.
Yeah, I guess it is. But the hottest news to me is my only daughter finding the moment worth her time to be with a man like Roy Champion.
You're assuming I have.
You're a Hollister, love. Nothing concerning me or mine happens in this part of the world that doesn't get back to me.
You've been spying on me.
Questioning my employees about me behind my back. What do you call that? I already told you I was in San Antonio. You were supposed to be with me, Juliet. Oh, Julie, girl. I'm growing old. I've worked hard all my life to carve a dream. I've stayed hard inside to make it all happen. Not for myself alone, love. For my family. For those I love.
Daddy.
You know, when your mother left me, and took you with her. That hurt me, Julie. Hurt me more than the accident that left me with this leg. More than anything I've ever felt. Then, poor Lenny. I tried to raise him by myself. I let him down somehow. And knowing that hurt, too. But I have always known, Juliet, that you were the future for this family. It was you I was doing it all for. The Crown H, everything it controls now. It's all for you.
Daddy, you know, I love you. But it's not because of what you give me.
That means more to me than anything, Julie. To hear you say that, to know that you mean it.
Then will you do something for me?
Name it.
Stop the war. Forget about the Yellow Rose. Let it be what it is, and let us be what we are.
The Yellow Rose is our birthright, Julie. Mine and yours.
Roy didn't take that land from you. Why hate him so much for something that happened between you and his father?
Maybe I'm even older than I feel sometimes. Maybe what I grew up to be is part of another time. But in my time, Julie, a man fought for what belonged to him. What he could hold on to. That was the measure of a man.
And you are trying to stop Roy from getting those cattle through.
I'm living the only way I know how, Juliet. You call it war. I call it life.
Where's she, Dad?
She left.
Left? What? How could she do that?
She put her 2 feet on the ground and walked off, that's how.
Would you call the ranch?
Yes, she's not there.
Well, we have to find her.
Whit. Gracie's old enough to take care of herself. If she wanted us to know what she's doing, she'd have told somebody. What is this, some kind of holiday or what?
Goodall's not gonna let us cross his land.
He gave his word.
Hollister bought up his note, Roy. Clem lets us cross, Hollister will take everything he's got.
Got a bunch of Crown H rifles out there standing on Goodall's corns to keep him in line.
Yeah? Well, let's get to it.
Figures them rifles are loaded, Roy.
I don't care if they got air support. I'm going out to see Clem Goodall.
Clem made his decision.
Now, wait a minute. You just said air support. What about this air base next door?
What about it?
Well, is there any chance of getting permission to cross it?
Yeah, we see how much pull that reserve commissioner here has got. If we cut across the base, we can still make it in time, Roy.
There's no way in hell the government goes for that. I'm not backing down from Hollister anymore.
Dad,
What?
you're not going out there with a loaded carbine.
You better believe I am.
You can't do that, Dad.
You're always wanting me to stand up to that old dictator?
Yeah, I do. But not like this. He's right, Roy. This ain't no time to pick up a gun.
Well, when is the right time, Hoyt? You're always saying it's too late for a man to fight back when his hide's hanging on a wall.
I seen my best days, son. Dillard, too. But it ain't right to ask the rest of them to walk into a war they ain't got no chance of winning.
That's it. We just quit. You lose it all. Listen to me. We don't get those cows through, we're no better off than Clem Goodall. We'll come up short in those loans. And then Hollister's gonna pick up the rose from his banker buddies. Oh, sure, he might ask us to stick around and run the place as his slaves. Any man here want that? Colleen.
He's holding all the cards, Roy.
He's not holding this one. He's out there right now. He's laughing at us. He's expecting us to fold, crawl on home for a funeral. Keystone.
It's premeditation, Roy. We cannot do it.
Chance. Whether you like it or not, you got as much stake here as any man.
I already said what I had to say, Earl.
Back down. By damn, my daddy didn't build this place with sweat and sand to turn it over to Jeb Hollister.
And he didn't turn it over to me to run, thinking I'd ever back down to the man he was never afraid of.
It ain't fear, Roy. It's common sense. He had the edge on you. He's got the law on you.
Man lives by a higher law, Luther. That's what you've always told me.
Well, there ain't no killing in this law.
Hoyt. Not with guns, Roy. All right. Hollister wants blood, I'll give him blood. One-on-one.
I want you.
Sorry, Whit.
Blindsided him.
Oh, he was getting fuzzy on all sides anyway. Maybe he'll have a chance to cool off now.
Wait.
Yes, sir.
Get your wire cutters.
The mace?
Roy was right about one thing. It's no time to quit.
Why is he taking over?
Because he's got the best idea, Whit.
He's just a drifter.
He's more than that, Whit. He's your uncle.
What?
Look to your father. Don't let him go to Hollister.
Whit, when he quits foaming at the mouth, you tell tough enough nobody's gonna quit this drive.
You all right?
Well, Whit, you must be getting used to seeing your old man on his butt.
Dad, you didn't see that coming.
Should have seen it coming the day he got here.
Colleen told me he's my uncle.
Seems that way.
Well, why didn't you tell me?
He wanted it like that.
Why?
As soon as I catch up with him, I'll find out.
Dad, you're not going after Hollister.
No, I'm not going after Hollister. There's no point.
What are you gonna do?
Make peace with the Air Force.
Clearance for 3,000 head of cattle.
On runway 16 right, sir.
Is this some kind of joke?
No, sir.
You fly with the reserve unit here?
Yes, sir.
Light colonel, right? Wing commander?
Yes, sir.
But you lost control of your own outfit. Your cows are shutting down air traffic. Now, what the hell's going on?
Well, sir, that's a private matter, if I could explain.
A private matter? On government property?
That's not the way it was intended, General.
Well, I'm not real big on surprises. Not when they make me look like a horse's rump.
Believe me, I know how you feel. I'm just dealing with this the best way I know how.
the whole herd is making its way right across the jet runways now, while the U.S. Air Force waits and wonders. This is Aida Ramirez, Channel 3 News Team.
Hello, Buck. I've got a job for you.
Halt!
Howdy.
You're gonna have to stop those cows.
We stop them, your traffic's gonna stay stopped. We got 3,000 head of cattle strung out back there.
Maybe the mess hall will be serving up steaks from the freezer for a long time.
We'll stampede them if we have to. They ain't stopping.
My orders are to hold them.
You're gonna have to use that weapon right there on that Channel 3 News then.
Stop that man.
Pull those things on me, you better be ready to use them.
Damn it, mister, I got my orders.
You better decide which one you want to live with then. Your orders or your conscience.
McKinney. McKinney, it's General Nathan's office. He says to let him pass.
Roger. Okay, cowboy. You can cut it.
Guess we'll never know, will we?
I know. Duty first, sir. That's the only way it can work.
You can thank your general for us, too, then.
I'll do that.
Make a pass around the lake.
What do you suppose they want?
Beats me, Buck.
Let's take it back. Wait, you see that truck over there?
Yes.
Set me down in front of it.
What is it?
Your cattle are headed for the lake. Are you gonna stop there?
Why?
I saw a truck pumping something into the lake.
What kind of truck?
A gasoline truck. It had the Crown H on it.
How far are you, Rowley?
About a mile.
Cattle are getting dry.
Me too. About half a mile up Lake Calaveras, we can water them there.
Right.
Breaker 9, THP, do you read?
Go ahead, Breaker. You got the THP.
This is CHX 503, the Rolling Rose. Request police assistance on a citizen's arrest. Come back.
That's copy, Rolling Rose. 120.
Near an intersection of Lake Calaveras Road and State 9. Subject driving to Crown H truck.
Oh, wait, you see those cattle over there?
They're heading for that water.
It's gonna be hard to hold them.
Once they get to know you, no need in trying.
got a good explanation for this, lady.
How does poison water sound? If they'd have touched this water, your cattle would be dying right now. This is for the sheriff.
He fired on our rig, Sheriff.
Shut up. Sheriff, I got 3,000 head of thirsty cows down here moving into Lake Talaveras. These jokers are dumping poison in the water.
He shot out our tire. We could have been killed, and I want him taken in.
I'll say who's taken in around here, if anybody.
Well, what's this about poison?
I saw them from the air. They were pumping it into the lake.
It wasn't poison. It was ordinary chemical residue.
Is that right? This is from the lake. You drink it?
I said they were chemicals. I didn't say they were harmless. Look, that lake is not a regular watering hole for cattle anyway. I was told to get rid of the stuff. If I made a mistake, I am sorry.
Mistake? You're a damn company man. You work for Jeb Hollister. It's no mistake.
Did my father give you orders to poison that lake?
No, ma'am.
You can forget about this, Sheriff. It's a standoff. I haven't got time to waste around here. I got a herd to move.
Hold it. I said hold it. I don't know what's in that thermos, but I see a blown tire on that rig and a carbine in your hand. Nobody's going anyplace till we get this sorted out.
They've turned the herd, Roy. They're safe.
Hush up and keep a hazing, you old saddle sore. The drive ain't over till the money's in the bank.
Amen to that, Hoyt.
Well, never you mind. I've been an internal optometrist all my life.
Oh, you mean an eternal optimist?
Yeah, that too, and I ain't gonna quit just on account of your pacifism.
Hard to believe there is such a man, ain't it?
I'm telling you for the last time, you load those cattle on that train, you're through.
Then I'm through, Mr. Hollister, because nothing you say can prevent me from loading that herd.
Don't you understand me? I'm on the board of directors of this railroad. I own more shares in this company than anyone else in this state.
That's got nothing to do with my duty. Those people delivered on their contract, and I'm required by law to honor my end of the bargain.
You're looking at the law. You cross me on this, I'll have your job.
Then that's the way it'll have to be, sir. Because right is right in my book and always will be. Those cattle are going on that train. Good day, sir.
Champion, I've had enough of you. I've got you in my
Oh, Daddy, I'm so sorry.
You made your choice.
Just couldn't level with me, could you?
You got it wrong.
I got it wrong, all right. Wrong not to see through you.
I don't want anything from you, Roy.
You're just like the old man. It's your way or no way. Well, there's no way you're coming in here and telling me how to do things.
I don't want to fight you, Roy. God, that was a mistake.
No bigger mistake than trusting you. You want to be top dog. You want it all.
I want nothing but a piece of you right now.
It's going to be a long day's work.
We better get at it.
That's right, look at me. And then look at each other. What do you see? Wade? I do. I see him in both of you. But he's dead. And trying to kill each other isn't going to give either one of you the satisfaction you really want. Roy, you want to hit back at him for never telling you were good enough. Never telling you he loved you. You want to break into bits, Chance, because he walked away the day you were born and never came back till it was too late. When will you stop hating him for that? He's dead. You're not fighting him, no matter how much of him you see in each other. But if what you really want to do is kill each other, use this. That way we won't have to wait around till you two beat each other to death.
fire, boys, and I was figuring to take on the winter.